Great basketball player. Not only a great basketball player, but a better human being. Type. It's an honor to be your guest on this podcast.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Like I said, we aren't bringing back the MJ and Ty podcast show. Um, it was a fun ride on that show with my friend. But this podcast show, I really hope that we can get this going. So I wanted to talk about the Browns first before we get into how you guys coached me and made me better as a player on and off the court. So I want to get you guys' thought about the game actually.
We'll rip the Band-Aid off here. Obviously, it wasn't a great game Saturday. It's a good game if you're a Texans fan because their offense looks spectacular against the vaunted Browns defense that didn't really travel well and maybe was a little bit fluky with their home statistics based off of the offenses they wound up facing. But, this happens when you get a team that overall, I think, aside from um, a couple players was pretty inexperienced playoff wise. Like your secondary is pretty young. Your offensive line was the island of misfit toys there, and you didn't really have, your star quarterback, your star running back, a lot of missing pieces. So being able to clinch that playoff spot and go on the road, take on a tough Houston team was something to be proud of, but of course not the end result that the fans wanted.
Tom, I want to hear from you because I'll go last.
I'm still a little bit heartbroken about the way the season ended. Disappointing to come out and just really probably not play to the standards that they felt that they were capable of playing and give up a couple of big plays. And you we were all, I think, really enjoyed the ride with Joe Flacco and appreciate him uh, coming out of coming off the couch and off of being a family man to lead the Browns to the playoffs and do some really special things, and give credit to the Texans for being explosive on offense and for creating a couple of turnovers that they took back to the end zone. Um, I haven't run the numbers. I'm sure the guys from Pro Football Focus have. I think one thing that really stuck out to me during this magical Cinderella Joe Flacco ride was I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback who had more of his interceptions returned to the end zone or at least inside the opponent's red zone. So just kind of a weird thing that happened, and it came to bear in the game where he threw two pick sixes on consecutive possessions and really became too much to overcome. So we're on to the Cavs. Go Cavs, go Donovan Mitchell. Let's get Darius Garland's jaw healthy. Let's get Evan Mobley's knee healthy, and let's see what we can do.
My thoughts on the game. We got blown out, man. Like I'll give Joe Flacco all the credit, but when you start five quarterbacks and then call Joe Flacco and say you're going to come here and lead us to a playoffs, like once Watson went down, I was nervous. Once Watson went down, that was like a big, how can I say it? A big turning point. I'm trying to keep it PG on it here, but a big turning point. But Joe Flacco getting off the couch and coming to play for the Browns, I really never seen Joe Flacco in like a Browns uniform. I couldn't picture it. until he got the starting job. I really could you guys picture Joe Flacco in a Browns uniform?
No, once Watson went down, we would always talk about like, oh, who's going to be the next guy that comes in? Because of course PJ Walker wasn't doing much when he came in. It was like, is it Philip Rivers? Is it Ben Roethlisberger? Is it? I feel like Joe Flacco is toward the bottom of everybody's list of who would possibly be that replacement. And then, of course, the trade deadline goes by. You don't go get Josh Dobbs, which after seeing the way his season ended, probably the smart decision there. But it was very interesting to see who all became available, who all was like this year especially was the year of the backup quarterback. I feel like most of the teams had to play at least two QBs throughout the year, whether it was injuries or just poor performance. And I think of all the teams that are remaining in the playoffs, they're the ones that stayed pretty healthy throughout the season. So that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I thought starting five different quarterbacks, like you have to figure out, like you don't have Watson, you don't have that main guy anymore, and we didn't have Chubb either. So like with both of those guys out, what does that offense basically do for the Browns? Like you have to picture like your two main guys are out. So who are you going to call? And I think Flacco proved to every Browns fan and everybody that watches the games that he can actually be still a starting quarterback.
Absolutely.
I think so. Or a high-end backup, that we saw, Jake mentioned, was the year of the backup quarterback, and maybe teams will reassess next year about spending a little bit more money and having a guy that can come in and start games for you and win games for you in the event of a season-ending or long-term injury to your starting quarterback. And who knows? But love to see him back here next year. I don't know that that's going to be the case, but it was a fun season nonetheless.
Okay, now that we're done talking about the Browns, I want to get into before we get how you guys coach me, because I know both of you guys enjoy coaching me. I think Jake made me run left, but before we get into what new stuff is coming in to the program, and like what do you guys want people to know coming into the program? Because
Yeah, I think the biggest change that we just started implementing is, as much as everybody loves playing the game, being out there playing 5-on-5, your skills really get honed in during the drills part. I know it's not everybody's favorite, it's not the most fun aspect of things, but getting back to our basics, getting back to some drills, getting back to some development before the game, and then of course still play some 5-on-5, but really trying to get active, get moving, and work on some of those basketball skills.
We got pickleball too, adding some different sports into the mix. So, excuse me, Ty, adding some different sports into the mix, trying to do more football. We all love basketball, but just giving people more choices and different things that they can participate in alongside their teammates and their coaches, and still just trying to bring all of our friends together around fun things to do.
so I don't know if you guys knew this, but there was a rumor about me. I almost joined football for you guys because I was thinking about it. Like, I don't think you guys two know, but I almost joined football for you guys.
We
I
knew, we
wish you
saw the
would have.
tweet from Adam Schefter, who said quietly behind the scenes, Kyle Marin has been in the gym. He's been putting on weight putting on some good muscle mass in preparation for spring football season at Revere. But then we saw with the move um, to Carolina that he was not able to join the team. But we heard the rumors and it piqued our interest. I know that.
The only thing that pulled me back was I didn't want to beat Jake in football, so like I didn't want to I didn't want to basically school him in football and basketball. So
That's kind of you. That's kind of you. I will say Jake had a pretty prolific football season. Spring sessions threw for 85% completions, 48 touchdowns against 2 interceptions. So those are MVP numbers right there. And then in the fall, a little bit of a dip statistically, but still put up some really, really good numbers at the Independence football session. At Solon is where we saw he wasn't able as well to deal with the field elements out at the Solon Fields. His numbers took a sharp decline there. But overall, I don't know, Ty. I know you really like to dunk on Jake on the basketball court, but you gotta meet him on the football on the gridiron sometime soon.
we talked of so we talked about doing a one-on-one. Did we have that a conversation, Jake, about that?
Yeah, I think we talked about it, and I know you're pretty competitive, especially against me. You took me down in the 2K series. You take me down on the basketball court. I'm really just trying to get my win back at some point, but um, football it wasn't meant to be. But hopefully coming up soon we'll link up and I've been working on my game a little bit, trying to get better on the court. So maybe if we see each other out there, it might be a little different story this year.
You're not shooting those hooky dookie shots that you shoot all week when I was there.
Still shooting the hoogie doogie shots.
That is true. The hooky dooky shots are still blazing. One of my athletic highlights. So from this year, Ty, I don't know if you saw, I hit a backwards 3/4 court shot. We got the security footage to prove it too, but I don't know if you could stop that. Just turn around and fling a shot backwards. You never know.
So I want to jump into how every team is doing, and then we're going to talk about my experience in the program. If you guys don't mind about that.
I don't mind at all.
No, of
So
course.
I want to know how every team is doing, and has Jake ever screwed up a play while it's gone?
Have I ever screwed up a play?
Yes, because I
All the
remember
time.
one play exactly that you screwed up and
I
drew
mean,
up for me. So I'm not going to get into it yet.
the biggest play I've screwed up lately, I'm getting a little bit too fancy down the court, so I've tried to dribble down and maybe do a flashy pass or something like that instead of just hitting the open person in the corner. So I'm taking away some shots from people that deserve better looks than I've been giving them. That's where I've been screwing up.
Tom, you got something to say about that?
No, I would just share the teams are doing really well. Um, we we kind of discussed some of the power rankings of the teams. Our excuse me, our teams in Hudson, at Revere, our team at Solon, our teams on the west side were really great this year. The only time I can really remember Jake screwing up was he tried to swat Joey at Revere and went flying past him, and Joey swished a 3-pointer right in his face. So
Facts.
made him look like a fool there, but otherwise, I can't think of too many times. I think maybe he slipped in some goose poop on the Solon football field. Um, just an ankle there, but other than that, we all have those plays. We all have those plays that we'd like to get back, but all we can do is watch the film, be better next game, and just try to be better and put ourselves in a position to win.
Um, so I want to get into now the biggest question of it all. I know you guys have been waiting for it. Have you guys been waiting for it?
What's the question? But yeah, I'm excited to hear this.
We're going to talk about what I've been saying at the beginning. Um, so which one of you guys really enjoyed coaching me and watching me grow in the program as a player and as a person?
I don't know if that's really a which one of us question because it
Okay,
really is both of
what
us.
was y'all favorite moment? Y'all favorite moment?
I have a few. I mean, I think you've had some really, really good games. I think one thing that I've always appreciated about you is that you're a person that always gets his teammates involved. So you handle the ball really well, but you have spectacular court vision. So you distribute the ball to your teammates. You know how to put people in good spots and get them the ball. You can score when you need to score. Um, I remember a one-on-one game in which you schooled Jake at Copley and won the money ball by scoring on Jake. Those moments are obviously very, very exciting. And then I think we have a really memorable video clip of you during a post-game interview in which you played a just a really great game, and you really went out of your way to credit your teammates, to credit the coaches, and just to emphasize that when you play like a team, and I don't have the quote verbatim, but when you play like a team, when you play together, that's the best way to be successful. And if you do that on the court and you do that off the court, you're gonna do really well in life. So that for me, hearing you say that and knowing that you believe it and knowing that um, you carry yourself that way both on the court and off the court is the most special thing to me.
Jake?
Yeah, to me the biggest memory is, of course at first I mean, I feel like this is everybody. At first you want to find your shot. Everybody wants to go out and shoot, every time, make every basket, do all that. And really from the first few times I saw you, you were, like Tom said, getting your teammates involved, making sure it wasn't just about you, it was about the team. And I always look forward to the texts or tweets and stuff about your stat line after the fact. You weren't thinking about the stats during the game. You weren't going out there looking for big numbers, but then after the fact, you were able to kind of reflect and say, "Hey, we got, our 15 boards, 25 points, 11 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals." You were just out there doing everything you could for the team, laying out for loose balls, getting on the ground, getting dirty. Um, and then, if a teammate went down, we had a couple instances where a teammate might have rolled an ankle or something. You were the first one there to go help them up, cheer them up, pat them on the back, and have them get back after it.
Absolutely.
My thing was whenever I came to a game, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but my last game, I was emotional. Like I cried before my last game playing with you guys. Like you guys, people don't know how much I care about the team and how much I cared about playing for you guys every single night. The only thing I wanted to do is make my teammates better and make the coaching staff better. That's the only thing now I wanted to do. Stats, people can say, oh, the stats scared of me. No. My teammates scared of me. I care about my teammates. I care about my coaches. So whoever says that, I always say this, and I didn't say this because Jake didn't want to do an interview with me before my last game. I always said this is that nobody can replace your greatness. Like I always tell people, like nobody can replace your greatness because when you leave a place, like when you leave a place that people that you really respect people and you really like to be around them, like that team, I would say we were like a team like that had each other's backs every single day.
Absolutely. Ty,
Like
there's a lot of things that I miss about having you on the team, but one of them is not when you blame me for everything. Everything's always my fault. Uh,
Yeah,
the-
that.
So, other than that though, we do really miss you a lot. We hope you're doing well after the move, and you know, I don't know what's the bigger blow of a Cleveland athlete's retirement recently, if it's Jason Kelsey after last night's game, or if it's Tamir Dennis from the Empower Sports basketball. But both of them have left lasting legacies on their team. That's for sure.
Undoubtedly, and it was emotional playing that last game with you, Ty, because we knew you were moving, and we we sure do miss you a lot. No one, to use your words, no one can replace your greatness. There's not going to be another Tymarin Dennis at Empower Sports. We've been doing this long enough to have athletes that have been with us the whole time, athletes that come and go, and we miss each and every one that moves on or leaves town, or even those that have passed away. We hope that we honor their legacy, and we hope that the stuff that we do makes you smile. And just know, you ever move back to Cleveland, you ever move back to Akron, we're here. We got a spot for you on the team, and we'd welcome you back with open arms.
that means a lot to me because I'm always going to have you guys' back and always show my support for Empower Sports because you guys made me a better player. And I'm always going to have those moments like the jokes, like the laughs, like um, Jake calling those banana fouls that he's used to calling, and Jake getting texts and me backing him up, which I'm not there anymore to back him up. But I miss every moment being with you guys out there. Like I'm going to support you guys. Like I want to see everybody in Empower Sports win. That's the one thing I want to see you guys do. If I'm there, if I'm there, I still want you guys to win. But if I'm not there, hey, I'm still rooting for you guys.
Thanks,
So
buddy. That means a lot.
no matter where I am, if I no matter if I decide to come back, I'll join you guys.
We appreciate it, Ty. Thanks for having us on, man.
Thanks for coming on. This was a very special episode for me. Guys, make sure to sub to the YouTube channel and make sure to tune in to next week's episode maybe, and be safe out there and never give up your dreams. And we're out.
Amen, brother. Thanks for having us. We'll see you
Thanks,
soon.
Ty. We'll talk
No
soon.
problem.